Hello, welcome. This is the overview to Unit 1 in the Art Appreciation, Section 2. And so this is just a brief discussion of what all the things are going to be in Unit 1 and how they all kind of interrelate. This is just to help orient you, those of you who might want a little extra information, and also to help people understand how to use the full playlist to help them understand all the parts of Unit 1. So, like I said, it's an overview, and the Unit 1, like every unit in this art appreciation class, has 4 parts to it. So there's an art historical part, and then a section of 3 other parts, usually something dealing with an art medium. In this case, in Unit 1, it's drawing, and then also a discussion about some sort of design and art principles. Usually we talk about a design element and some design principles in that part, and then also something that I call an art impulse, which is similar to a theme but slightly different. Anyway, so this is Unit 1, and I thought I would just kind of run through the title pages of each of the lectures to give you kind of a sense of how all these different contents interrelate. So first we're going to be talking about Paleolithic to Neolithic art, the art of these periods. This is a vast time period to cover, and part of the point of this is just to get everyone to understand that human beings have been making art for a very long time, and just to kind of see how some of the things, some of the ideas and themes that we find in art that is, 35,000 years old, or 20,000 years old, or 11,000 years old. Some of what we find there is similar and relates to what we're doing in art today. And then that leads right to talking about the idea of what I call the existential impulse. In each unit, we talk about kind of, instead of a theme, it's more like a reason why people make art. And so for this particular discussion, we talk about the idea of that one of the reasons people make art and have always made art is to simply state their existence, to say, I am here. Or maybe if you're thinking forward, that I was here, that you're saying it to the future. And that going as far back as Chauvet Cave, where we can see, that people were kind of making a statement of, we were here. But that this is not that different than what we see in contemporary graffiti or in lots of art. And then that leads, since we're talking about making a mark, that leads to talking about mark making. And that leads to a design discussion about gesture and expression and what is expressive, and how do you learn to be gestural? How is a mark or an act of making art, how is it gestural? How does that communicate? And talking about marks and different kinds of marks and different kinds of lines, and talking about thinking about line. And so then that naturally leads to a discussion about drawing, in which we talk about drawing from a number of point of views. Primarily, we go through drawing as a survey of different kinds of materials people use. So we talk about all kinds of different drawing materials that are used, from silver point to pastels. But I also want to spend a lot of time talking about line and line quality, and talking about different kinds of line, and things like the change of line weight. And while we're also talking about it, we talk about some of the things that a beginning drawing student would learn, those kinds of exercises, and why they would learn them, why they help them to make good drawings. And that's pretty much it. That is the full lecture. And that, if you look at the videos in this unit, you'll see how, hopefully, how they relate to that topic or to the set of topics. I try to put a lot of the shorter and easier ones at the beginning, and put some of the longer ones and the more the more tricky ones towards the end. But all of them could be helpful. And if you watch all the videos on this playlist, well, it's a lot to watch, but you would learn a whole lot. All right, I think that's it. Thank you very much.